Welcome to day 113 of our school year. Okay. 67 school days left. Okay, let's go ahead and get down our beginning fraction. Our denominator is 180. That's our total amount of school days. We're on day 113. Okay, first thing we need to figure out are our factors of our numerator, which is 113. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. And then using the commutative property of multiplication, 113 times 1. Now we're going to go through our divisibility rules in order so we don't miss any possible factors. So after 1 we try 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. This one's odd, so 2 is not a factor. Next we try the rule for 3, which is we add the digits together. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5. Is 5 a multiple of 3? No, so 3 is not a factor. 4 is not a factor because if 2 is not, no even number will be, so I don't need to check any other even numbers. The next odd number is 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 3, so 5 is not a factor. We try 7. 7 times 10 is 70, 77, 84, 91, 98, 105, 112, 119. 113 is not in that list, so 7 is not a factor. The rule for 9 is the same as 3. We add the digits together, we get 5. 5 is not a multiple of 9, so 9 is not a factor. We try 11. 11 times 10 is 110, 121. 113 is not in that list, so 11 is not a factor. At this time, I'm going to check to see if 113 is prime. Yes, it is circled on our prime number sieve, so 113 is prime. That means it has exactly 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. Now we have to figure out our greatest common factor. Since we only have 67 days left, we can't make another group of 113. Only our shaded would work. So that is too big. That means our greatest common factor is 1. Let's go ahead and make our groups of 1. Done. How many total groups of 1 do we have? We have 180. How many are shaded in? 113. Okay, now that we've done our division with our with our model, let's go ahead and divide using our algorithm. So we're going to divide 180 by 1 and 113 by 1. Okay, 1 times 100 is 100. Numbers the same, zeros the game, more on top, no need to stop. 8 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Okay, 100 times 1 is 100. More on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. 10 times 1 is 10. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. 3 times 1 is 3. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Add up our partial quotients. We get 113. 3 plus 0 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1. Now we need to add up our partial quotients here. 100 plus 80 is 180. Now we need to check. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to add 0. But what we have here is the identity property of multiplication that says when you multiply by 1 it stays the same. One group of 0 is 0, one group of 8 is 8, 8 tens is 8 tens, one group of 100 is 100. One group of 3 is 3, one group of 10 is 10, one group of 100 is 100. 113, that checks with our dividend. 180, that checks with our dividend. So our numerator is definitely 113, and our denominator is definitely 180. All right, now let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We are on trimester 2, week 12. Today is 2/24/2020, and our fraction for today is 113 180ths. 113 is prime. It is not a factor of 180, so that means our greatest common factor is 1, and we did groups of 1. When we do groups of 1, you don't have to get your number line out because it's already on there. I just like to show you where it is. 13 180ths, and there's no lines below it because there's not an equivalent fraction in lower terms. This is our simplest form. Okay, so go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.